So we're having fridge replacement and toilet replacement today, facilitated by Anita Totillo. It does improve the resale value of the house, and then selling the house, which is very crucial for me because it would alleviate her mom's proximity to the neighbors with whom she has had 7 years of legal issues, false 911 calls. She's ended up in facility because of them. So all the stonewalling answers that have been given, 7 years to prevent that. And to this day, I'm hearing that. I heard the lawyer say it, the trust lawyer. I heard now her social worker saying them. The same ones I've been hearing, that we don't have a place yet, we haven't, tax reasons. All of those are taken care of, but they keep repeating those. Prevent the sale of this house, to keep her here, to perpetuate 7 years of, because the people who profit from it. And also keep in mind, I'm filing violation of FOIA because I'm requesting records of the false 911 calls from this property. They've been prevented with stonewalling answers. And the move-out order issued 7 years ago by a judge presiding over the case filed by the Devonshire Police Station for her calling 911 falsely. 7 years ago, the judge said, you move out, I'll dismiss the case. You sell the house, move out of the area, I'll dismiss the case. That case has been restricted and my access to it has been prevented. My request for the name of that judge and information about that case that pulls up on a console at the Devonshire Police Station. They prevented by scolding me. That famous officer, Sergeant Lafferty, coming there and yelling at me to discourage me from getting that case. That day I was there, as the video is there, was asking for that case. They didn't want to, and then they had Sergeant Lafferty come out and yell at me to prevent me getting it. The case that would have had mom move out of Zelda's house 7 years ago, that would have prevented 7 years of false 911 calls. The cost of that, they're saying they don't mind coming out here because they get paid. So you calculate 7 years times 365 and the cost of each 911 call, and we get that record, we'll find out how many there have been. To the taxpayers, that alone, the solution has been prevented for 7 years, and it's been covered up. The problem has been covered up for 7 years. This needs to be looked at because this is not the only house that has daily 911 calls for years. The other property she owns, where I reside, had it. It had the squatter living in it. And there's so many. Look at all the special locations. That's the term for address that has daily 911 calls for years. Look at all of them. Look at the ones that the squatter who was occupying my house for a year and a half. Look at the ones, the addresses she's resided at in Palm Beach, Florida, and New Jersey. Look at the 911, all the 911 records of Justine Taylor, her entire life, all the places she's resided. Find out what happened there. What happened to the landlords in those houses? I want to know. All the people this has been done to, all the methods used in national TV. In Jesus' name.